Hey Haroon,
Rock, how you doing?
good to hear your voice, man.
Yeah, sorry, man. Sorry you couldn't make it
Doesn't
yesterday.
feel right without you on these spaces, man.
Yeah, man. I just snoozed the whole way through yesterday,
No, that's
unfortunately.
no excuse, man.
No excuses. There's
You're
never an
fired.
excuse.
You're fired from not showing up to these spaces, dude.
It won't happen again, boss.
You know
How
it's
you
all
doing? You
good,
okay?
dude. I'm fired myself. I'm fired. I'm
No,
fired.
no worries, man.
It's
It's
gonna be
okay.
Haroon from now on. You're Satoshi now.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
did
with
well,
no
man. I
pay.
mean, you held it down yesterday though by yourself.
Well, yesterday was kind of it didn't feel weird. It was just a Thursday, and it was kind of just
Yeah,
game. The only news was GameStop continuing to do whatever they're doing, and I'm going to talk about that. I have it in notes. And the new
yeah,
SEC chairman had a confirmation hearing, which is always weird in the Senate because senators love to throw the make it as weird as possible confirmation hearings, especially for Republicans.
yeah.
I don't know
I
why.
haven't seen that news actually.
When you get a chance,
I mean,
go on YouTube and look up the Senate, the SEC chairman's confirmation hearing for the committee. And it is just weird.
I'm just gonna
It's
look at the
weird.
news. You know what I found interesting was the Mark Carney news because the other thing is, remember when what's relevant to Mark Carney being in the news is when you started Bitcoin, Mark Carney was in charge of
Yeah,
the bank,
yeah.
the bank at the time in the UK, and now he's in charge of Canada.
Really?
And so Mark Carney, who's head of the bank in the UK, right? Yeah.
Oh,
Um,
is he
the
the is because I watch the Canadian central banks whenever they release their fiscal reports every couple
yeah,
months. I watch that. Is he what is his role? What does he do?
he's the prime minister, I think, prime minister of Canada.
Oh, oh, serious?
Yeah, so
Oh well, he better. Is he the
he was,
guy who? Is he the guy who just ended relations with the U.S.? Is he that
yeah,
guy? Oh God.
that's the he's in charge of the Bank of England when everything was kicking off in the UK when there was
Right.
the recession, the credit crunch.
Right.
This is at the time when you were working on Bitcoin, right?
Right.
And now he has become the prime minister. I think is it prime minister? Yeah, prime
Well,
minister
he
of
needs
Canada.
he's gonna have a difficult job if he doesn't read the room and understand that America wants to work with Canada. If he continues the tariff wars, America won't stop the tariffs. They'll go to over 100% if they have to. Sounds
What he
stupid,
said,
but
what he said is it's over. It's the relationship with
you better be
America
right.
as it
You better be
was
right.
is gone. So I don't know what is I don't know what's going to happen there.
Well, my
It's
first thought when I saw that is now that you remind me, I did see that earlier today. My first
yeah,
thought was it could be one or two things. I'm probably wrong. I don't know everything about Canada, even though I'm partly technically Canadian, being
yeah,
an Acadian. Was with them ending former relations that could move forward them becoming the 51st state. If you think about it, if you think about it.
yeah.
If not, then that's just them ending relations.
That's pretty crazy. I think he's trying to show that he's standing firm against it and he's not going to bow down. I think that's what he's trying to start with. But I'm not sure
Man,
if
well,
the best
hopefully
place to start. But let's see.
we have a lot of trade with them, so hopefully they don't mess up because Canada we have a good relationship and that border is very important. It's very important. Plus,
Yeah,
I'm not sure if you heard or not, but above there that
yeah,
there's a lot of American and Russian forces that are in competition for natural resources up there near the Arctic Circle, and
yeah.
Canada owns a lot of that land.
I think it's a really interesting geopolitical time right now with all this tariff talk and everything. And I think the amount of panic that there really is, they're not showing as much on the news, but it looks like everyone's freaking out at the moment, especially in Europe as well. But they're not just trying to cover up a little bit on the news. But I
Yeah.
think it's really like everyone's really freaking out. Donald Trump's got everyone like confused and flapping at the moment.
Well, that's it's a good thing because
Yeah,
I mentioned this I think two spaces ago is there's a huge argument, or not argument. There's a huge debate whether America will become more isolationist, whether we're going to
Yeah,
focus on just America, or we're going to continue to be helping other countries while kind of being isolationists. That's the huge focus right now. So
I think whatever happens, the countries are going to have to work together. So I think this stance is going to cause a better way of working with each other. And I think in general, with America not providing this as much support,
right.
it'll really get the other countries working harder, which is what's needed, I think, because everyone gets a bit too comfortable, don't they?
Well,
So
that's a good point. And usually I'm not that much into politics, but ever since because during the first Trump administration, I was hiking the Appalachian Trail. I was just doing my own thing most of the time, and I don't
yeah,
even know how I didn't follow most of it because it's almost impossible. But these days, um, it's just something that I have to do because once I sign a transaction and formally become Satoshi again, I'm gonna have to talk about this stuff, and these spaces are kind of helping me because even though it's only been a week, technically,
yeah, yeah.
I've only been active on X since what since technically January. It's not
Well,
even been 2.5 months, and now I've only gotten verified. What it's been what 3 weeks now, something like that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So these are
Uh,
helping me, and just to reiterate, I think it's gonna be as early as mid next week, depending on the strategic Bitcoin reserves actions of when I will sign a transaction. So it's coming up. It's coming up.
yeah. So I'm looking at the notes here.
Right.
So yeah, mid next week the transaction signing. Yeah,
It should be. It
that's
should
it.
be depending on
That's exciting.
because like when you and I last talk, like
Yeah,
it's very difficult to keep up because the news and the information gets parsed out to so many different legacy media and YouTube channels. It's hard to keep up. Like
yeah.
there is no. I mean, you have like the Doge and the Treasury account where they have all the money they're spending and saving, but it's do they have a SBR main page like a
I
website?
don't know, man. I'll have to double check,
Yeah,
but we have to make sure that the address is right. Yeah. Oh my God,
something.
that'd be an absolute
If
disaster.
they don't release the addresses, I mean,
Yeah,
it should be people who study the blockchain and keep an eye on it should be able to see it.
yeah,
I don't know,
yeah, 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 for sure.
but then again, I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, but but the talk of the SBR and with states like Wyoming having their own stablecoin. For
Yeah,
some reason, I've always had a developer account, and I've always been interested in what USDC is doing. But I've actually
yeah,
I've furthered it, and they're doing some pretty cool stuff. They come out with I got an email yesterday or today about something called
yeah,
USDC Kit, where they're
yeah.
making stable coins even better. So I put that in the notes and I applied for it, and I'll see if I get access to it. But
Nice.
it basically it makes stable coins able to work better with market fluctuations and with companies like GameStop, like
Yeah,
which I want to talk about because GameStop is kind of an interesting thing. Like they themselves could even go further and have stable coins and Bitcoin and lend out their own Bitcoin and totally rebrand and become another company if you think about
yeah,
it.
yeah,
But
yeah.
USDC, I'm not sure if people know this, but Coinbase owns half of it. Coinbase owns half of
No way.
yeah, USDC, yeah.
Oh wow. So I
Yeah.
wonder what that means then. That's interesting. What power does Coinbase have in that situation if
Well,
they own half of that whole currency?
Coinbase has been around for a long time. Long
Yeah,
time. They won the people still point to Coinbase for Bitcoin indexes and the Bitcoin price and whatnot. So I don't know, maybe Coinbase is a silent partner, but it's one of the more consumer friendly stable coins that I know of. Because Tether, people still don't know what Tether is, and it has the word ether in it. So people aren't really
yeah, yeah.
that I don't know.
USDT. I don't know. USDT was the original one, but now it's USDC is the one that people are using more.
Well, yeah, it's interesting because USDC, like it's tied to bank accounts, so it's kind of like an intermediary. It's kind of like an intermediary. It's
Yeah,
kind of like it's meant. It's just it's a happy accident. So I've been doing a lot of research on that, and hopefully it turns out well, and hopefully it'll help me speak about it when I talk to people like from Wyoming and whatnot. If they want to talk to me, if not, then whatever. But it's just stable coins aren't easy to talk about. I'll admit it myself. I don't even know. Like they're kind of like in the middle ground. They're kind of like some people don't want to talk about them. Some people don't like them. I don't know. How do you feel?
they're important, aren't they? Like they need it because like let's say if, for anyone who's like trading, for example,
Right.
you either go into you either use Bitcoin as your stable, but Bitcoin can start moving. If the market drops, then you have to jump into a stable coin. You sit there, the market can drop, you can end up buying more of your Bitcoin or
Right.
buying more of whatever currency you're buying. So the stable coin is it's a very relevant tool. It's a one of your main tools that you have. So it is important. You could just you get into a trade, make all your profits, you realize your profits, sit in the stable coin, and then and take advantage of opportunities when
Yeah.
they're available.
What do you think? Do you think like states like Wyoming are going to move full force into a stable coin and get rid of their fiat, or do you think it'll be a
Eh,
slow progression, slow transition?
Look, there's two ways of looking at it,
Right.
because there's the people could start, being worried that it could be a CBDC
Yeah. Right.
movement.
Right.
So that's another concern. But so the way that they do it is quite important because let's say if they do it and then someone else starts doing a different one, then it could cause some upset because in this just before this bull market started, this was one of the main concerns that this is the next thing that's happening. CBDCs all around the world. Even the UK government mentioned that they're going to make a coin, but now everyone's kind of put a hold on that.
Yeah.
We think
One of the
so.
things to add to that, one of the things I'm worried about is kind of the way USDC works is one of the ways you can acquire USDC is you can
Yeah,
it's tied to someone's bank account. You send them $1 and they send you a USDC through a smart contract. Now let's say
yeah,
here in the states they have some states that still have like COVID money or COVID rent money or whatever. They could just empty out all their bank
yeah,
accounts and just say, well, we're transitioning to USDC, deal with it. Stuff like that.
yeah,
I see states could do it easily because Democrats and Republicans across the aisle are all about crypto, but
yeah,
there's a lot of bad actors in crypto, especially in state legislation.
yeah,
Because even though it's meant to be anonymous and whatever, there's a lot of room in the early days, especially for tech like this, to where people can just steal a lot of money and then just say it's for research and whatnot.
yeah. These are all things that people will be concerned about. And you know how sensitive people are. I think one of the main problems is unfortunately people don't want to mention it, but it's a fact that still in crypto there are scams every single day. Do you know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yep.
Especially like with this meme coin situation, there's rug pulls all the time. People are making coins, building up to be something that it's not, and then people get excited, invest their money, and then they rug it, and people lose their money. But that's happening every day.
Well,
It's like
yeah.
it goes onto the Hawk Tuah coin,
I was going to
like
mention that is because
yeah,
Hatua, even though it seems like the hot coin seems like it was an intentional rug pull, these people had no experience before this, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah,
And plus, that coin is
yeah,
going to be there forever. You can't remove it, or it's going to be on the blockchain
yeah,
forever. So you can't. There's no rug pull per se. So I think the SEC just cleared their investigation, said they had no wrongdoing, which I don't know.
The thing went up to like $500 million,
Right.
and I think the coins that she had, I think, is about $60 million. She just sold them fast, and then it caused everyone else to panic sell. So
Well, there's no rule against that, and the fact that she's using her own brand and image, that includes image rights and image laws as well, like with intellectual
yeah,
property. So that all that kind of stuff is there as well. Like people forget about that.
yeah, but the thing is the people that sold at the beginning, they would have made money, and the people that sold at the end, they would have lost money. So there
Yeah.
would have been people that made money along the way. Do you know what I mean?
Well, plus
That,
it was like what 0.00 something cents, and
yeah,
they had pre-mining coins available,
yeah,
pre-mining
yeah, yeah,
tokens, which a lot of people are against. But I mean, they're different forms of crypto. But I don't think they're 100% ethical. No crypto is
yeah,
100% ethical, even Bitcoin. But I think they're one of the more like chill versions of something, because I don't think she meant to rip people off. Like she's still out there. She could just not talk about it. But then
yeah.
for the SEC to say it's okay, I didn't read the full report, but that's something. I don't know.
It is, it is, it is, it is, and um, if it's like if it's how can I say? I mean, she was known, right? She was known all around the world for that little meme that she did. She got the attention, and that situation has kind of really killed off her brand in a way. So if I'm not sure how she comes back from this in her own personal
She can
brand
always
wise.
become a crypto analyst or whatever. There's plenty of those out there. There's
I mean,
plenty
look,
of those
so
out there.
Hawk to a girl, if you want to join us on this podcast, we'll happily welcome you. We'll grill you.
Where was
I may
her
fall asleep sometimes.
the friend that was with her in the original video? Where the hell is she? She can join this conversation if she wants to. Remember the original
Yeah, I
video?
don't think.
Her brunette friend.
Yeah,
Where the hell is she? She has
uh, I don't know what happened to her. I
yeah.
think she didn't get the same
She could be
attention.
the evil genius behind all this. Who knows, man? Plenty
Yeah,
of
she could be.
20-something-year-old social media gurus out there.
Yeah, no, she's sitting on the sidelines.
Yeah,
But
she could be one of the people
uh,
who's just made a millionaire and just chilling.
yeah, yeah, yeah. She might be the one that actually did the rug.
Yeah, maybe you never know, dude.
She
That's the thing. Like these
yeah,
days, it really is the Wild West. Like it's not wrong, but then
yeah.
if you're able to make money, then it's not illegal. It's just the
No,
fact that, and it makes me think. Like I just thought. Let's say Canada does become the 51st state. It becomes a
yeah,
territory. They could easily remove themselves from the Commonwealth,
yeah,
and then just on the whole not have a Canadian dollar fully to USDC or fully to Tether. Just fully.
yeah,
Just empty out all the Canadian dollar bank accounts straight to USDC. It could take a day. It would take a day
yeah.
at most, which is crazy. Think about it. But also that could be done, and it could not cost the taxpayers a single freaking penny. That makes sense.
And, but then you know what would happen is they then um Coinbase would have such a big not influence but power
Hmm.
over Canada. Like so then like this is the thing that I'm trying to get my head around. Like Coinbase, if they had a new let's say a chairman or something, of Coinbase, someone took over the lead in Coinbase. They then somehow, because they own half of the USDC, they somehow have a huge control over Canada.
Right. Right.
And
Well,
I,
and
I don't know how
that's what's
how that would
interesting.
work.
That's what's interesting
Yeah,
because most of the experts are in the market and not easily able to be like called upon from legislators and lawmakers. Like how many
yeah,
times have you seen someone not from an exchange or whatnot actually go talk to Congress or actually be involved with legislation, right?
yeah,
It's
yeah,
usually analyst companies or whatnot, which is crazy
yeah,
because most of what I'm seeing is people just speculating or buying futures, and you would expect legislators, especially on the opposing side, to have made a bunch of lawsuits by now, and we've heard about it. There are some, and I'm sure there's a lot, but also not as much as you would think, because
yeah.
you could think to just make stuff up, like, but not really, not really.
The thing is, if you are in charge of Coinbase, right? Yeah, you do the best for Coinbase, and if you had that much power over a country, you could just do anything. Like if I was in charge of Coinbase, I'd say, right, okay, from now on, Canada is called Coinbase Canada.
It would be
Right?
yeah, it would be
Yeah,
with a little
yeah,
trademark symbol.
yeah. Coinbase Canada, and when you get paid your paycheck, you got to call it your Coinbase paycheck,
Say
or
Coinbase or else, God damn
yeah,
it.
yeah. Oh man, that'd be
If you don't
amazing.
say Coinbase, you get a couple dollars taken out of freaking a transaction. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And if you don't say Coinbase, you got to pay a Coinbase
And
tax.
This space was downloaded via spacesdown.com. Visit to download your spaces today.
on the back
That's it.
of on the, when you go to buy a book or something, it says like this costs a little more in Canada. It'll have like the Coinbase logo by the barcode.
Yeah, you could have like a Coinbase National Day. So
Yeah.
Coinbase like bank holidays you have here. We have a Coinbase Day.
Instead of offshore accounts, you'll have onshore Coinbase Canadian accounts with a little maple leaf.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah, that's the other thing as well. You have to, if you want to get paid your salary, you have to have a Coinbase account.
Yeah,
So everyone would have to have a Coinbase account, right?
yeah, who was it? Sam Bankman-Fried will still be in prison, thinking, "How the hell did this happen?" Because
Yeah.
Coinbase is an exchange.
Oh man.
But no,
Oh, he's also
that's
is he out now?
no, he's gonna be there for about 20. He's been there for 2 years. He has 25-year sentence
Wow.
for a long time. I saw Tucker Carlson did an interview with him last week
Yeah.
from prison, and it was
Oh well.
I think he shares the same jail cell as P Diddy, which is mind blowing.
Risky.
Mind blowing.
Yeah.
But I don't think if he does get out, I don't think it'll be until like a couple years because I was watching the CEO of Cascadia Bank did an interview with Anthony Pompliano on New York Digital
Yeah.
Assets Week or whatever, and she was saying that he hurt a lot of people, a lot of innocent people in crypto, which is very true because
Yeah.
all of his actions threw back a lot of great movement in crypto by years and years and
Yeah.
years because so a lot of people who are interested in crypto were like they're not they're still like because they don't fully understand exchanges and whatnot
Yeah.
and a lot of people think, and I don't blame them, that that can happen with anything, any crypto, which
Yeah.
I don't know. But like that there.
It's like
So like Wyoming,
it's too big as well.
well, like the money is just going back to the people after 2 years. Think about that.
Yeah.
Imagine like you're pretty much ruined on crypto forever. If not, then
Yeah.
whatever. But that's like Wyoming. Wyoming sits right there by the Canadian border, if I'm not mistaken. And I was
Yeah.
looking up the regulations for that business prospect we talked about, where you manufacture and assemble ASICs and sell them to people.
Yeah.
It's right there in Wyoming. You could have this business in Wyoming,
Yeah.
and there's very low regulation. The only regulation you have is one of the first ones that pulls up on Google is imports and exports. Like if you
Yeah.
were to buy ASIC parts from the UK or Russia or China, then
Yeah.
there's regulations on that. But if you assemble them there
Yeah.
and then just sell it in the US, it's a golden opportunity.
Oh yeah.
So
Our ASIC manufacturing business. Yeah. I'm excited about that.
well, yeah,
So
it's kind of like are you familiar with the Tor project, dark web?
the no the tour the
Tor.
no the spell it again for me. Hello.
No, Amber Alert. My phone was an Amber Alert.
Yeah.
So let's say that the Tor project, like it works kind of like the blockchain. Like you have to have nodes and exit nodes. But recently they had like a lot of public libraries allow the Tor project to go through them because a lot of journalists and information is accessed on the dark web.
Okay.
I was thinking, like, let's say we start this business in Wyoming, and
Yeah.
we have some made in USA ASICs or some nodes,
Yeah.
and we lease them to the United States government, to the Wyoming state government. We'll make sure
Yeah.
they're good to go. It's 100%. It's top quality. That right
Yeah.
there, I don't like stuff like that. Some people might say is getting too close to government. But what the hell else are crypto project people supposed to do, like you and I, when we have
Yeah.
business prospects and we the only people to work with are companies or the local government? That makes
Yeah.
sense.
No, definitely. I mean, it's look right now the growth of the need for GPUs is just huge. Yeah, like look what's happened to Nvidia, right? Everyone needs it, and the growth of AI, the growth of blockchain. It's just needed around the world, and who better to sell to than governments and also private companies, in general that are growing this huge technology, right?
Right.
So there's like a huge need for this product, and what we mentioned last time, where we have holders of this Brock coin, right? Yeah, so uh, a hold of a Brock coin can be they can buy shares of this manufacturing process. So the beauty of this is Brock created Bitcoin. Bitcoin started the whole cryptocurrency b- boom, let's say, right? Yeah, the cryptocurrency
Right. Right.
movement, which needs these GPUs, right, to do the mining, right? So now that demand has grown now tenfold, however many fold, right? Yeah, which like
Right.
and it keeps growing, especially with the introduction of AI. So now the demand for the GPUs are needed. So then now holders of the Brock coin own the shares of this manufacturing plant. So then our community, which we've started now, uh, has more of a purpose in a way. Not only are we kind of celebrating the founder of Bitcoin, but also we are now supporting the growth of the technology that is
Yeah.
needed
And I
for
like the
Bitcoin.
fact, and exactly, and I like the fact that usually I'm opposed to traditional banks in every single way whatsoever, and probably some ways
Yeah,
I can't think of right now. But also like banks like I should correct myself. It's actually called Custodia Bank. Custodia Bank
yeah,
is based in, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Wyoming or Montana, and it's all about
yeah,
digital asset banking. And I was watching,
yeah,
like working with stuff like that to where you know they're not going to have any BS, and you know it's going to go somewhere. I don't mind that, having a small relationship
yeah,
where maybe you we manufacture ASICs that are just for banks to have even more security. Because all that kind of
yeah,
stuff, manufacturing ASICs has a lot of upkeep, and it's a lot of people expect a lot of stuff. But also,
yeah.
I haven't seen any ASICs that are specifically he because there's going to be regulation for it. But
Of course.
why can't a digital asset bank like Custodia have
Yep.
their own kind of node or whatever, just like the Tor project works with local libraries? Why can't that happen? So stuff like
Yeah.
that makes sense. But also, some people don't wouldn't want wouldn't like the idea of Satoshi working with a bank. But it's not even really a bank if you think about it. These are banks in the name of in the name of like just something to have a name. But even like the sentence I just tried to make in my mind just broke down. But
Yeah.
I can't think of an idea why not to work with them, because they're all
Uh,
about helping Bitcoin. Does that makes any sense?
of course. But also the other thing is like by using the Brock community and the Brock coin to kind of invest into this project as well. What we're doing is it's kind of like what happened with GameStop, right?
Right.
It's a transfer of wealth from these big banks
It's a
that
you're
maybe
no, you're
people
absolutely
could
right.
say are taking
It's a
advantage of people.
transfer of wealth, but
You know?
not like a generational transfer of wealth that people don't like, to where it's like only going to
Yeah.
someone else who is not only going to some person or some family that's not going to use it for good. I like that.
Yeah,
That's a good
yeah.
it's a good prospect. Yeah.
It's going to the community. So the people that are looking at and celebrating the finding of the real Satoshi, right? Yeah, they're the ones that are going to benefit if they invest in this coin block. They're the ones that are going to benefit from this project that's going to be created, this manufacturing plant. I mean, we're so early
Well,
stages
yeah, it's very
with
early
the
stages,
Block project
and the
because
and the fact that it's hosted on Solana, right? The Solana,
yeah, yeah,
you could do a whole bunch of
it's also
smart contracts could be used for anything, especially for
no, 100%, 100%. And you know, Solana is just the vehicle, really, at the moment. But we could even host on other coins if needed, um, and just to get the investment into the project. But what we need to do is now, I think we need to take this further and start get some specialists on board to see how we
Yeah.
can put it
One
together.
thing I have is we have a lot of ideas and a lot of capital ready to go.
Yeah,
So after
yeah,
next
yeah,
week,
yeah.
it shouldn't be too much, but also I think this is something we can also do on the side that could be a passive income for each of us because I'm
Yeah,
not really too sold on DAOs, decentralized autonomous organizations, just yet. And plus the fact that when you run a business, you should be involved with it. But also,
yeah.
can you think of any ASICs that are made in America? Not to give you a pop quiz, but also
Honestly, do you know what? I don't know much about it, but all I know is
exactly.
Nvidia just running the show, right? So and there's just such a huge demand. I mean, the growth of that company, Nvidia, is like nothing else. It's just in the last, let's say, is it 8 years or 10 years? It's just been
Well,
unbelievable,
if
right?
there's one thing I've been doing since I was very young is messing with is building computers
Yeah,
and building out GPUs and to their full potential. So I'm excited about that. GPU mining has a lot of potential, but also traditional ASICs will
yeah,
not go to the wayside. But like you said, there's a lot of potential there. But I think with China, when China eventually unbans Bitcoin pretty soon, that's going to be a huge push to start to not have it all mined there. Because all I think they did a report in 2022. All the hash rate, most of the hash rate was based in it was like 38% America and 22% in China, even though it's banned,
yeah,
and like 8% in Uzbekistan, wherever the hell it was. But once China unbans, good God, watch out, man,
yeah,
because they're gonna it's gonna be, and I mentioned in the last space, like I really don't want to see, like let's see someone let's say for instance some unassuming newcomer to crypto in
yeah,
America wants to buy some Bitcoin, and come to find out this Bitcoin was mined by a Chinaman. I don't want to see tariffs or any stuff like that get
yeah.
put on newcomers because
No,
we
no,
need more
not at
people
all.
in Bitcoin.
No, 100%. And I think it comes back down to that. It does need to be spread out a bit, And I think, we need to have like, with the mining, we need to have more mining done in other countries as well.
What do you think about the UK? Like your business could easily be just put a few miners there, and with a call center,
No,
you
definitely.
use a bunch of information anyway.
In the UK, one thing is the UK is cold. It
Yeah,
rains a lot. It's cold, so I think that's one thing that benefits us. The negative is energy prices are quite high here. But I think
right.
all across the Western world, energy prices have gone up. But we can try and find some of the unique ways to try and support that. But I think in general, there are data centers in the UK, and they all, they do well. All data centers do well, So I think there should be we could do it should be a large one in the UK, as there
Yeah,
should be in other countries as well.
once after next week, and around that time, and whatever Canada does in America, we'll see. Because if so, any business between the Commonwealth and America these days helps.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And with Satoshi, with me doing stuff, it'll only put it more in the public eye. So we have a chance to kind of move the needle a little bit,
No,
which is
definitely.
rare because um, usually these days when you think of Bitcoin, people only think of Michael Saylor or Coinbase or nowadays GameStop,
Yeah.
which I want to talk about because GameStop. What do you think GameStop's going to do once they get all their Bitcoin? Do you think they're going to stay a game company, or they're going to become like a
Uh,
just a vehicle for a stock? What
Yeah,
do you
like
think?
a MicroStrategy 2.0, maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe it makes sense, right? Because they're just gonna get the investment into their shares, then they buy Bitcoin. They know Bitcoin's gonna go up, and they just do that again and again, and that's it. They just and by them buying the Bitcoin, then what happens is it helps the price of Bitcoin go up, and then they get more people investing in their shares. They buy more Bitcoin, and this goes round and round, doesn't it? Right? So,
well,
so
yeah.
I think that'll be something that they'll do a lot.
And they're shuttering. I saw that they're closing a lot of stores internationally. GameStop,
Yeah,
they're closing, which makes sense. But also, they
yeah,
could rebrand tomorrow because
yeah.
their convertible note ends, I think, on April 1st. They have until April 1st to get all their ducks in a row, which we'll see. We'll see.
I don't know. I think they're gonna be
But
okay. I think they're gonna.
they could just rebrand or merge with MicroStrategy, which would be interesting.
I think what they're doing is sounds good from. from what I know so far. I think it sounds like them investing into Bitcoin. I mean, has it ever been bad for anyone to invest into Bitcoin? So
No, 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 it has never been bad.
as long as they're
Maybe
huddled, you know. So
maybe during 2019, 2018, 2021, it shot up a little bit, but in
yeah,
2022, 2023, there was a lot of people who were like, oh god, what am I doing with my life? Because
yeah,
it was what 30, 40,000. I'm probably wrong. You know, I didn't get back to Bitcoin until 2022. In
yeah.
2021, it shot up to what, 40,000? Not mistaken. Let me look at
I,
my
I
stock app. Hold on.
I think it went down. You know what? In was it the start of 2023? It went
In
down to like
2021, it was
$13,000.
47. Yeah, 61,000 was the highest it had ever been. I
Yeah,
think in 2021, and most people were stoked. And then, of course, it reached another high right around the inauguration for Trump, second inauguration. And then it was what, 102 ish recently,
yeah,
which that kind of blew my mind. 104, sorry. But before that, it was from 2018 to 2022, you were guaranteed to have a lot of volatility. A
yeah.
lot. A lot. It was more along the lines of you could lose your entire life savings quickly.
You know,
So,
2023, it went down to like $13,000 or pounds. I can't remember.
oh yeah, dude. Oh
Yeah, at the
yeah. And
start.
there was some times where it was in the triple digits, and people were just, yeah, that's where you separate the men from the boys,
Yeah,
especially. And it's what,
it,
84,567.34 right now.
yeah, which is
So
still. I mean, if that's the amount that it's sitting at once it's come down a little bit, I mean, it's not bad. I think it's very very soon going to go hitting 200. Not long before it starts flying back up again.
what do you think a nice name for the ASICs should be? You gotta have a cool, snappy, cool, hip, cool sounding name for the ASICs.
I don't know. I
American
think
ASIC, just double
I
M.
was I was thinking Brock should be in there. I was
Or
thinking
just rock.
the
Just rock.
yeah.
Or like a bee with a rock.
I
Do you
want
smell what the
to.
rock is cooking?
I'm gonna have to ask the other team. I think we'll share it with the community and see what they say. I'm sure
Yeah,
we'll
we'll
get
do
some
that.
good
Yeah. What do you
ideas.
think? You want to post the idea? Can you post the
Yeah,
question
no, no.
in the comments?
I'll leave it to you. I'll leave it to you to post the question, right? Yeah.
Let me.
If you put it on there, and I'm gonna back it up, right? Just because you know when they hear it coming from you, it'll cause a bit more excitement, I think.
All right,
And
I'm posting it right now. What do you think an made a
yeah,
American made ASIC should be called? And I'll post it and you can repost it.
yeah,
Should
yeah.
be called.
You put it in the Telegram.
Yeah, I'm putting it in comments in the Telegram.
Yeah, 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 nice. Yeah, so I'll respond to that. Yeah. Oh man,
What do you got planned for the
look,
weekend?
not much this weekend. It's gonna be a relaxed one. I think I've got a busy week next week, but I'm gonna put it in the group as well that you know this is a chance for the Brock community to get involved. You know,
Yeah,
because you know it sounds like a interesting idea, but we could really make it happen.
yeah. I
We've
don't
got
know. Yeah,
we've got the
we're right at
funding
the right
there.
time. Yeah, because I mean,
Yeah,
it's gonna be happening in next year or so. But we're right around the time where it's a good idea.
yeah, 100%. So it's a nice way to get everyone involved as well. And the beauty of it is it brings more utility and relevance to this whole Brock project. Whereas before it was just like kind of for fun, but now it's like it could turn out to be something that could be quite quite
Yeah, we can have
financially beneficial as well.
like we said. I think the last space is having the Brock coin on the Solana chain. Have it all like be all the production and whatnot, all the information there for everyone to see. Be
Yeah,
totally transparent. But
Oh,
I'm
sounds really good, man.
copying in the Google Doc notes right now in the space, and I'm going to schedule
Yeah,
another weekly Bitcoin discussion for Monday. But I think that's about
let's
it
do
for
it,
today,
man.
man. Thanks for showing up. You
Perfect.
want to co-host on Monday too? What time works for you?
Let's do it. I think this time is better.
About
This time is
5 o'clock
better. Yeah,
Pacific
it's midnight for me, and
midnight. All right, gotcha.
yeah, it's midnight for me. And the 1 a.m. one, I don't know, I just couldn't handle it last time. I fell asleep.
All right,
So
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 5 o'clock on Monday.
yeah, let's do it.
All right, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Thanks everybody else for
Yeah,
showing up. Take care.
you have a good weekend,
You
man.
too.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye bye.
This space was downloaded via spacesdown.com. Visit to download your spaces today.